presidential candidate Ron Paul joined us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Nice to be with you.
Nice to have you, sir. Okay, let me give you not so much a hypothetical, but a fact pattern. Assume tonight you're the President of the United States and we have the following problems. In Syria, we have just closed down our embassy and there is a massacre by the Syrian government against its people. Number two, that Israel is talking about perhaps in the next 2 months taking some sort of action against Iran. And three, Egypt is holding a number of Americans, maybe trying 19 Americans. What are you going to be doing about all three of those problems tonight?
So you create problems over 40 years, and I have a minute to solve all this problem. No, I think it's our intervention over there that gets us into all this trouble, and that we ought to be minding our own business. We shouldn't be fighting wars that are undeclared. And if we want to get involved, take it. Oh, well, let me finish.
All right.
I know we shouldn't be, and that's why. You know, this is why the best issue for me to get enthusiasm from young people and the people who care about what I'm doing, it's when I say, let's quit spending all our money overseas. We're going broke. In the last 10 years, we spent $4 trillion worth of debt fighting these wars. And all my argument is, declare the wars. If you want to go to war, declare the wars, fight them, win them, come home like we did in World War II. But to do endless wars, undeclared, go into Syria now, why did they get the authority? Obama went into Libya, and he'll probably go into Iran. The American people aren't ready for more wars. Besides, we can't afford it. So if you continue to do this, this will just drive us into bankruptcy. And quite frankly, this idea, giving me a little bit of credit about wanting to cut, but nobody will cut one nickel out of this militarism. And you have to cut. Not one Republican, not one Democrat, and all of Washington, all the candidates are cutting anything. They're always just cutting a little bit of the proposed increases. And you have to cut. And right now, there's nobody willing to. And that's why we're going to go off a cliff. We're going to have an economic crisis a lot worse than 4 years ago. And it's going to involve too much entitlement spending and too much foreign adventurism trying to maintain an empire that we no longer can afford.
I don't think there's anybody in this country who's going to deny that you've been talking about cuts and that you're the most probably fiscal conservative of the four. I don't think anybody. But the question I'm sort of curious about, and what I got is that you would say no to going into Syria. I don't know that anyone's even suggesting going into Syria. But these are really hot spots in the world.
Well,
what to the extent we are.
Like you said, we're already there.